channel. It's Justin Outlaw Euro. Today we're tuning this X4M. We installed a Flex Fuel Kit on it, a lot like our Outlaw 5. It's got a Flex Fuel Kit that has its own separate module that can auto adjust and has its own ethanol content sensor in it. It's also reversible, no permanent changes to the vehicle. It's pretty sweet. This particular kit is from BM3, and we're using BM3 to install it onto the vehicle also. So far it's been pretty easy. I'll show you how to install it here. It's not too bad. First thing we did was come to the back here and disconnect the battery. Once the battery is disconnected, hold the back seat here, and this just, like almost all other BMWs, just lifts up, and then you have access to this little fuel hat here, held on by some 10 millimeters. Once you remove those, you have access to the pump and the electrical connectors. We put the module that comes with it. I tucked it kind of back in here, and then put the fuel line from the vehicle onto the unit that comes from boot mod. And once the module is in there with the fuel line connected, took the cable here that has all the power wire and everything, ran it up towards the front along this trim here, because we'll be tucking it underneath there so you don't see it, and went to the front end module. And there's a little legend right up here that has a little diagram of all the connectors. You go to connector 7, and then you put this JB4 style connector in place, plug that into the connector. There's a 1-row and a 2-row connector. This goes in the 2-row, and then you put the other end of this from boot mod into the front end module connector, plug it in, and it's got power. There's also this pin to depen and put in. The boot mod kit has its own module and everything, so it'll adjust for ethanol content on its own, but we still have a custom HTE tune on it. So let's go do a couple rips and see what we got. All right, we got some ethanol in it now. To read the ethanol percent. So the cruise control here, there's 2 detents. You're gonna feel like 1, 2. So what we're gonna do is go to the first one, hold it. The tach will go to the RPM that the ethanol content percent is at. So in this case, we have 4,500 RPM, so that equals 45%. If your tach is going to 0, that means that you don't have something set up right on the CAN bus line, so that pink or red wire, depending on the kit, needs to be done correctly. And then we have traction control off here because we're in M2. Another way to look at your ethanol content would be with the boot mod app here. If we go down to ethanol content, so we can see here the very top row, BM3 Flex ethanol percent, go over 45, so confirmed it is reading. So now we got the tune flashed on from HTE, so we can go do second gear pull and see what we get. All right, so we got boot mod 3 here, ready to start the log. We're gonna do second gear pull in M2 with DSC off, so that the load is a little bit less than doing like a 4th gear pull, just in case any of the tuning parameters are out of spec, will not do damage. But again, second gear at 2K and let her rip. Okay, that's pretty spicy. Hell yeah. Okay, we're almost back to the shop now, and I don't know if we can hear all the burbles, but this thing is pretty spicy. But now we're gonna go send the log off so we can get a revision made for it. We see how the data looks on it, so send the log off. We'll flash it with another iteration of the tune and do another pull. We just got the second iteration of the tune flashed on. Time to go do another pull. Put an S58 into that. All right, here we go on our semi-closed course. That was pretty sporty. I know the last one was too, but you could definitely feel a little bit more on that one. The log looked pretty good, better than this computer screen does. And we already have version 3 here, so I'm going to flash that on, and then we'll go back out here and see what kind of boost we're making. All right, sounding pretty good there, but target now is 27 to 28 PSI. Let's go see how version 3 is working out for us here. I'm not 100% sure what all HTE changed on this one, but it's definitely we're not even in M2 yet. It's definitely a little bit different exhaust tone to it, so let's see what it does under boost. and cars are catching up, so we gotta go. Ooh, they're not catching up anymore. Damn, that was sport. There's a little bit like a wheel hop right at the beginning there, but overall that was definitely the best feeling one yet. So yeah, the exhaust is definitely sporty. Wow, on this one, since there's a little cop right there, we're probably just going to wait here for the revision and then flash that and data log our way back to the shop. Just to make sure we're not driving into a trap here. So, plus this is actually a rather enjoyable Beamer to drive. I'm usually not into the X chassis stuff as much as I am like M5s, obviously, but this one I could definitely get used to for sure. I feel like the S58 would be a #1 candidate for a modern BMW motor if you don't consider the S85 modern to go into the 60M5 as a swap, but I don't know all the logistics behind it. It definitely seems like it'd be feasible though. You can sometimes get a pretty good deal on an S58. Damn, they sound pretty good. Alright, let's get back to the shop, flash another iteration, go for another run. Thinking this one won't be too many iterations. I mean, we've done 12 and a little bit more than 12 before, but that was when they have a boost leak and some other issues. This one's pretty well sorted, so. Ooh, and we got the snap-on guy here. That's a one-off customer, don't mind the Infinity. We do work on Porsches though. E30, Outlaw 5. Okay, so we have the 4th iteration of the tune on here. Let's hear it start up. S58. All right, here we go with a full pull. Back from the last one, that was definitely the most sporty of all of them, but HDE has a little bit of an update, so we're going to flash it one more time to get one more log, and then this should be ready to go. Alright guys, here we are at the gas station with the Queen and the X4M. Typically we don't deliver the vehicles back to the customer, but since he only lives 77 miles away compared to the thousands of people have sent, we've had cars from California and all over, figured on this one, might as well drive it back to him for him. So, the little X4M, it's gonna go for a little extended test drive. And then we get to drive the Queen back, so I don't see a problem with any of that. Plus, it'll be a good opportunity to get a few rollers and just make 100% sure that there's not gonna be a check engine light. We'll go through a complete drive cycle and everything's gonna be good to go on it. X4M is dropped off.